Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 5th grade concept of classifying two-dimensional shapes. This is standard 5.5a and we are using item number 15 off the 2017 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we are looking at looks like a bullseye. We've got a diagram where we've got some circles. So we've got quadrilaterals, parallelograms, rectangles. And it says if a polygon belongs in a circle, it also belongs in any larger circle. So that means this parallelogram circle right here automatically is included in the quadrilateral circle just because that's a larger one. And then all the rectangles right here are automatically parallelograms, and all the rectangles are automatically quadrilaterals as well, just because they're in the larger circles. So we're trying to figure out what's in this shaded circle. What's in that tiniest circle, which means it's automatically a rectangle, it's automatically a parallelogram, and it's automatically a quadrilateral. Well, let's see if we can look at these different levels. So we're going to start with polygon. That's the first word they give us. So the shape we're looking for that goes in that shaded circle is going to be a polygon, which means it needs to have straight lines, no curves, and it needs to be closed, which makes sense. Our parallelograms, rectangles, they are all straight lines, they are all closed, so we're not going to deal with circles or swirlies or anything like that. But next we need to have quadrilaterals. Okay, so that's that next one down, quadrilaterals. So quadrilaterals are four-sided shapes. That's it. That's all we're looking for. Four-sided polygons. So that means they're straight lines, they're closed, but they only have four sides. So we've got a ton of quadrilaterals, right? So we've got some trapezoids, we've got some parallelograms, we've got rectangles, we've got squares. We know we got some rhombuses, so we know all kinds of four-sided shapes. There's actually quite a lot of four-sided shapes. What we're really going to do is we're really going to get into our parallelograms. Okay, so we're looking for a shape that is polygon, it's a quadrilateral, and that means it's a parallelogram. Okay, so parallelograms have two sets of parallel sides. Obviously we only have four sides together, so there are two sets of, or two pairs of parallel sides. So parallelograms. So when we think of a parallelogram, typically we think of it like this, right? So we've got the slanted, but guess what else is a parallelogram? Rectangles are parallelograms because these sides are parallel, the top and the bottom and the two sides. We also have squares that are parallelograms because the top and the bottom are parallel, the side and the side are parallel. And then if we're looking at rhombus, which sometimes people call diamonds, which actually isn't a shape, those are also parallelograms. We actually have a lot of parallelograms. Now inside our parallelograms, we need rectangles. Alright, so our rectangles are parallelograms, which means they have two sets of parallel sides, and they have four right angles. Okay, so we're looking at, they have to have two sets or two pairs of parallel sides. They need to be four-sided. And they could be tall and skinny, they can be short and fat. They just need to have four right angles. And also sometimes, you know what, we can stick a square in there because it has four right angles as well. So let's see what we can put inside. So what would go below our rectangles? Trapezoids. Could we say trapezoids belong in there? Well, trapezoids aren't going to work because trapezoids are not rectangles. They don't have four square corners, and they're not parallelograms because the sides are not parallel. One pair of sides, the top and the bottom parallel, the other two are not, so it's not there. I did say we can stick squares in there because a square does have four right angles. It is two sets of parallel lines, and so that pentagon's five-sided shape, rhombuses aren't going to work, so our answer is B, squares.